I am fortunate enough to be standing here with Hermen, who is Managing Director of Guerrilla Games, who is, of course, developing Horizon Zero Dawn, which is one of the things that, obviously, people are falling madly in love with this year.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's been a real pleasure to be here this year. We unveiled last year, but this year we actually came with part of the game. We showed it to people, and it just seemed to be really liking what we're making.
There are two things that I've heard people talking about your game. One of them is you have a strong female protagonist, which is incredibly important these days, but I'm not going to ask you why, because obviously Aloy is a girl, and it's just who she is, right?
She's a great person, and she happens to be a lady, right? And there's not really much more to that discussion other than that she's fabulous, and she's a heroine, and she's very determined to unravel the major mysteries of this world.
So we should probably speak a little bit about Aloy and what she's doing, and can we ask how she got there, or is that what we're exploring?
Well, that's kind of the whole thing. She was born an outcast, and she has this very gentle man looking after her, and she's brought up and she doesn't know where she came from. So unraveling the origin of where she came from and who her mother is one of the big themes in this game.
And the other thing that everybody is talking about is robot dinosaurs.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard that apparently they're not actually robot dinosaurs. So what are they?
We call them machines, and the thing about the machines is that the people in this world, including Aloy, have never known a world without these machines. So to them it is a life form. However, it's the dominant life form now. They rule the planet, really, and humanity is looking to either hunt them down or usually try to survive amidst them. That's roughly how the roles are now, about 1,000 years into the future.
And I mean, they are incredible creatures, these machines. We saw Aloy, she would hunt some of them, but then she would also catch them and then ride them. So they are multi-purpose machines.
That's it. We've developed an entire ecology of machines, and they have very different roles. Some of them, like the Watcher is kind of like a scout unit. It protects others. It calls in reinforcements. Then you saw in the E3 press conference, at the Sony conference, you saw the Shell Walker, that crab. So that's got a crate with a ton of loot in it, but that's more like a conveying, like a transportation unit. Some are combat type robots. You see the big, it's kind of like a giraffe looking tall neck, we call it, that huge one. They all have their own purpose, have their own role in this world, and you're going to figure out exactly how that all ties together.
And I need to get from point A to point B really quickly. I'm going to go harness that buffalo-looking one.
That's it. So Aloy has access to some old world technology, and one thing is she's got that focus so she can scan the machines. The other part is she's got that spear and she can hack him, she can override him. She can either get them to fight alongside her, or some of these machines are mounts, they're mountable, and you're going to need that because this seamless world is quite big. In terms of landscapes, it's a very diverse world. You saw what you saw, but there are snow-capped mountains, there are arid deserts, rivers, you explore settlements, cities, you come across everything.
And it's all stunning.
We take pride in doing great graphics, and whereas the beauty in the Killzone series kind of was more gritty in nature, we wanted to have just a beautiful world that you want to be in. You just want to spend time in it and go explore it. Because
this is very different from the Killzone series. What's it been like working on something that's such a complete 180?
It is, it kind of in some ways stands on the show. We've always worked on mechs, and now we're doing machines, but it's also thematically and in terms of the kind of beauty that we're trying to create, it's very different, and that's great. I mean, after working on a series for a while, it's just great for the team to sink their teeth into something that is so different.
Where did the idea actually come from for Horizon Zero Dawn?
We did a round of pitches when we shipped Killzone 3 in 2011, and this was one of the ideas that came out of the team. Very broad strokes initially, and we developed it up. But machines, beautiful nature, and Aloy as our lead heroine, those three key components have always been in the concept.
And people have been falling in love with Aloy already. I'm hearing ideas of people doing cosplay, and she hasn't even been playable yet.
There's a strong interest in the cosplaying community, and we've been working with them to make some design guides, and it's been really great for us to see people 2-3 days after we unveiled last year, the first women typically come back, and they look phenomenal. Most of them are just gorgeous looking.
As much as, of course, she's a woman just because she was born that way, as a woman, it is really, really great to see that we do have more of these women that we can identify with in video games. It's not all just big tough guys anymore, so thank you.
No, you're very welcome. The next step is that this just becomes a normal thing, right?
This machine, it looks ancient. Where did it come from?